Okay, so now we've been talking about all the plates and the history of plate tectonics, and now we're going to talk about the plates and boundaries of the plates. So the Earth's continents are constantly moving due to the motions of these tectonic plates. And if you look at this map, you're going to see the Pacific plate and the Eurasian plate. You're going to see the 15 major tectonic plates. So most of these plates contain continents and others are mostly underneath the ocean. And the type of crust that underlies these continents is called the continental crust. It's between two tectonic plates is called a boundary. All the tectonic plates are constantly moving very slowly around the planet. They're moving in many different directions. Some are moving toward each other, some are moving apart, and some are sliding past each other. Because of these differences, tectonic plate boundaries are grouped into three main types: convergent, divergent, and transform boundaries. So first, we're going to look over here at the convergent boundary, and it occurs when two plates are pushing toward each other. Examples of convergent boundaries include the boundary between the Eurasian plate and the Indian plate at the Himalayas, and the boundary between the Nazca plate and the South American plate along the west coast of South America. Divergent boundary marks two plates that are moving apart from each other, so these are moving away from each other. Examples of these boundaries, the boundary between the African plate and the Arabian plate in the Red Sea, and the boundary between the Pacific and Antarctic plate. In the Mid-Atlantic ridge, made up of the boundary between the North American and Eurasian plates in the North Atlantic crossing Iceland, and in South America and the African plates in the South Atlantic. Transform boundaries occur when two plates slide past each other. You might be more familiar with this as the Pacific plate lying along the coast of California or the west coast, and the Australian plate crossing New Zealand. The boundary between the Pacific plate and the North American plate in California, which is the one I was speaking to on the Pacific plate for you, that you may be more familiar with. I wanted to give you a visual of the different types of boundaries and on a map so that hopefully this will make a little bit better sense to you. So I'm going to click on the convergent boundaries, and here you'll see those showing up in a red color, and you can see how those run. And here we have divergent boundaries, and you can see how those run. And last but not least, we have our transform boundaries.